Hi, it's Felipe Falana Moya. We're building Sister Up, and we're here for our 10-minute topic, and we're going to jump right in.
Our 10-minute topic of tonight is, would you tell your partner your love language, or would you like him or her to figure it out? I think these are just normal conversations I would have with my partner. So I would tell him my love language. But I did date someone who just knew my love language without me having to tell him. And I thought that was pretty interesting. But at the same time, not everyone is going to be the same, and that's totally fine. So yeah, I would still have that conversation with my partner and let him know my love language. And I would like to know their love language as well. I think that is a part of dating and, trying to meet someone's wants and needs in a relationship.
Yeah, I think I would just go ahead and tell and be direct because, I like what I do like. And I would like that it's the effort is put in to meet those likes in my relationship as I would do for them. And I wouldn't want to beat around the bush to try and figure out and make him guess and do all of that. Can he guess what I like? No, I'll just tell him what I like. Yeah.
I feel if he knows that he cares and he shows. So I don't think I should tell him. I'm not gonna tell you. I want you to find out yourself. Because if I tell you, that means you're not putting in the time and the effort to get to know me.
Well, I think you still got to ask questions, and asking those questions, it'd be hard if you ask the incorrect questions or you know what I mean? Like, how does somebody get that out of you, what your love language is? I think instead of playing the guessing game, because a lot of us aren't good at it, I think that we should just go ahead and be open. Well, I would go ahead and be open and let my partner know what my love language is so that they don't have to guess, because life is hard enough. I don't feel like guessing nothing, and I'm getting too old. I don't feel like guessing. I just want to be open. Just make stuff simple. Let me know what it is. You don't have to guess. I don't have to guess.
Yeah, it's like, I think my top love language is, it's either acts of service or quality time. So right now, acts of service, because, I have a lot of stuff that has to be taken care of. So like if I need my grass cut, I'm going to make sure it gets cut. But I am going to complain. I'm like, oh, I got to get the grass cut again, or I got to cut the grass. And I'll do it. But if I'm complaining to him and I haven't told him what I like, I'm just going to get even more mad that I have to tell him, and he didn't pick up on that I like, my grass cut and I like acts of service because I didn't tell him. Now, maybe he didn't do it because he says, oh, she's going to take care of it, or, well, she took care of it. What am I going to do? But I didn't communicate to him that I would like him to take care of that service, doing my grass. And why would I get mad? Because I didn't tell him. But on the other hand, we do get mad. We get emotional and say, why didn't he just know to do it? I did it, but I didn't want to do it. And I'm thinking in the back of his mind, he's like, well, she did it. What she need me for? What she need me to do? What am I supposed to do at that point if she's done it? So it's better just, if you like him, I think it's better to be direct and tell him. Because you're going to get mad in your own head. And he might not even know you're mad at him because he didn't pick up on it.
Yeah, I think some people just date differently. Like I said, I did date someone who knew my love language off back, and I didn't even have to explain anything to him. He just knew it. But that doesn't mean that he was any better than someone who I had to tell it to, because we still didn't work out in the end. So it doesn't mean that he's any better than me explaining to somebody what my love language is. It did make things easier. It did make dating easier when I was with him, because I didn't have to tell him anything. He just picked up on it, and I did like that. But at the same time, if I told someone my love language and they're just refusing to then meet my love language, then that's the issue. You know what I mean? Then I may have to separate from the relationship.
But you definitely have to know your own love language too.
Yeah. The love languages. There's 5 of them. Carlita, you said 7.
What's that?
Did you say there were 7? There's
I can't hear you.
okay. So there's
I
5 love
Yeah,
languages. Yeah, you said 7, but
I
I
thought it
know
was
it's 5.
5, but I just found out it's 7.
Okay. So there's acts of service, there's quality time, there's affection, there's
Gift
words of
giving.
affirmation, and gift giving. So what are the other 2? Physical touch, I mean affection, but
Physical
same.
touch, yeah.
Physical touch,
Um,
affection, that's what I said. Paulita, that's for you. Yeah, she's muted, but we just know the 5 love languages, and Carlita said there were 7. But I mean, it's good to discuss what the love languages are anyway.
I'm gonna find it. Hold on.
I see gifts, quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, and this is stupid, chocolate, because I hate chocolate. And quality time. I don't even think chocolate, but I guess that's food. I
Final
mean,
thoughts is one. I'm reading it.
What?
Final thoughts.
Final
That's
thought?
one of them. Expression of affection and love.
I know some people throw their own, love languages in there. I guess your love language is whatever you want it to be. Some love language may be a sense of humor, you know what I mean? And people just throw in their own type of love languages.
Yeah. What are your top 2?
Mine's actually change, actually.
I think it does change as you age, as you grow every day.
As you age and
your
as
needs-
you
as your needs change, as your
needs
needs
change and as you date, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're dating, maybe you want, for instance, acts of service. But then sometimes maybe you date and then understand, well, I like how this person did this. You know what I mean? This person used to give me words of affirmation all the time. So now I think my top one is words of affirmation. But that's just an example. But my top one would probably words of affirmation and acts of service. Whereas before, I think it was acts of service and quality time. But it changed now. So because sometimes that quality time may not be number one all the time. Sometimes, just me hearing from someone and them affirming certain things could be good for me. So I think my love language personally does change as I've dated and as I have different needs throughout life.
Yeah, and quality time was like never in my top. It was maybe 4 or 5. Words of affirmation is like 5th. It's always 5th to me. So quality time was like number 4. But now that I've dated and I know what I want, I value quality time. So it switches between 1 and 2. Acts of service is always going to be up there because, I mean, shoot, I got responsibilities. So, yeah, I think that it does change and it has changed, and quality time is way up there. I understand the importance of it now.
Mine is affection. I ain't mean to be loud because I'm out somewhere. But mine is affection.
Have you noticed that yours changed throughout the years, Qualita, or has it kind of always stayed the same?
It's still that.
Oh.
Not gonna change. That's my number one. Never change.
Okay.
And quality time.
Okay.
Maybe it's a cycle because I'll say gift giving hasn't been in my top, but like I said, the last person that I dated, he did give me gifts, and I realized, hey, sometimes I do like gifts. So I think like I said, it does change. It does change according to how you dated and who you've dated.
With gift giving, it's always been one of my tops too. But then I realized I would get these gifts from the men that I date, and I didn't like them.
Well, they weren't picking good gifts. This last person I dated, he knew how to give a good gift. Okay. So I guess, yeah, maybe they just weren't giving good gifts.
I know. And you know what? As I age, the type of gifts I want, they differ.
Yeah.
You can give me a house and a car. You can't give me little stuff,
That's true. Chris said, you better than they know you. It's not a game to be figured out. You have to communicate to them. What are you looking for and expect from them? Craig said, mind reading is a fantasy. That's true. We want people to be able to read our minds, but it just isn't reality. Shango said, I'm just saying these love languages sound very skewed. And they could be. They definitely could be. Make it simple. Love is love. Don't try to emasculate it or make it finite. Allow it to flow naturally. Vanessa said, it's good to hear in the words I love you. So I guess that's true. Vanessa's love language, Vanessa, is it words of affirmation? Because sometimes it is good to hear, I love you. I know I tell my son I love him every single day. So it's not foreign or, weird for him to say, I love you back, because I tell him every single day. So yeah, sometimes those words of affirmation mean a lot, you know what I mean? And I really, as I get older, I don't believe in sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, because sometimes words do hurt and you can't take it back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I think I like to do a new piece where we add or join us for our next discussion. So they'll at least know what our next discussion is. And I was thinking about the 6-year-old who shot his teacher. His mother is being charged with child endangerment for leaving the gun out and making it accessible to the 6-year-old. But someone has to pay.
I never knew. I don't want to know if I want to get into color, but I don't know. Yes, somebody does have to pay for something like that. It should be justice, should I say. It should be justice for something like that.
I mean, somebody has to pay for what kids do. 6 years
Yes.
old, 11, 8. Somebody got to pay for what a kid does to someone else.
Yeah,
That kid or that kid's parent.
that's true.
So yes, join us on our next discussion for that.
Thursday. That will be
Thursday.
Thursday at 7. You can come back and join us. As always, we appreciate everyone who's tuned in and who's watching. Qualitha, I must say, your locks are flourishing and I love them. They are just so beautiful. I mean, they're getting thicker and longer.
Beautiful.
I really, really like them, Qualitha. Good job on those locks. But as always, join us again on Thursday for another 10-minute topic. We appreciate everyone who's tuned in, who's watching, who's commented. But as always, remember to build bold, build better, build brilliant, build a brother up, build a sister up.